Hello, friends. I'm happy to be back here, and I hope you had a good rest and ready to go on to the next. Okay. So, hi, my name is Betty. If we haven't met, I am a home care provider and also an entrepreneur, and I am passionate about service. I'm passionate about serving people, and I'm also passionate about operations and running things in the right way. Okay. So for the last few days, we have been doing a challenge. If this is the first time you're meeting me or this is the first time you're coming in contact with my videos, we've been doing a challenge. It's a 10-day challenge. During this challenge, we've been doing posts because what we were thinking is between January and March, we could be doing other things like marketing, other things that build your business and not staying on social media and doing social media stuff. So we have been working on doing posts, and what we've been using, there's a workbook that is attached to every video. Every video that I have produced during this challenge, it's this 15-day challenge, has a workbook. So you should be able to go and get the workbook from there. When you download the workbook, it has all the 15 days on it. So you don't have to keep downloading. All right. The workbook is free. Feel free to go on there and just print out the workbook and start. You can use the workbook for any business because the language there does not really tell you healthcare, so much. You can use the workbook the way you want. And however, remember, I'm in the home care, in the healthcare and home care space. So, sometimes when I'm talking, you will hear me really talk about home care and talk about things to do with home care. And I might miss you out. But if I do, even if you're in another field and you have come across my video, feel free to download the workbook and just start working on your own business. Okay. It could also be a workbook that you can use for projection for how you're going to let your virtual assistant use this workbook. So, for example, some organizations have virtual assistants, right? So, if you have a virtual assistant, you can print out this workbook, download it, of course, because it's a PDF, it's in PDF format. You can download it and give it to your virtual assistant and make it a requirement for them to follow those steps to create the post. So what I've done in my case, you will find that my virtual assistant will use this PDF. And yes, I use the same PDF. So when they use this PDF, they do, because it's 15 days, they do at least in a week they are done with this work because it's work they can do. If you've hired someone to do it, then they need to do the work. But if it's you who is doing it, then it takes longer because you have other responsibilities. Okay, so they can do, you can, because they're 5 days in a week, but you can divide that by 15 and have them do three days, like instead of doing day one, day two, 15 days, they can do 3 days. You can have a dedicated week. For my case, for my agency, what we do, we have a dedicated week where the virtual assistant is working. Yes, they have other responsibility, but they're specifically working on social media posts because the last week of we have the third week of the month. That's when social media posts are done, and then the last week of the month is when we do now approvals for the visuals, approvals for everything. Now I do quarterly social media posts, so I don't, so that we don't keep going back and forth with posts. We are comfortable with what is going on in the social media, but sometimes we add one or two things here depending on what is going on, like in the news, or anything that is going on, that maybe even the weather, we can do that, but the main posts are already scheduled out at the beginning. So with that said, you can have them do three activities per day. So you say day 1 to 3 one day, day 2, like that. Oh, and also giving them time to do their other work. That's why I was saying 3 days. But the last 3 days, let me say the last day of the week of the scheduling, that day they should If they're going to be doing 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, that day they should only do the social media post. So because the last 3 days are very heavy, it's very heavy work. And today we're going to cover day 11, and I'm also going to put day 12 in it because day 12 is very, very minimal work. Okay. So I'm going to put the 2 days together. But if you look at the workbook, you will notice day 13 to day 15, it's a lot of work because we are scheduling now. We are not work, we finished working on the post, so we are scheduling, okay? So let's go to our workbook and just see where we are. We've done day 0 to day 10. So today we're in day 11, and we are also going to go through day 12. Day 12 is very, very simple. Day 11 is also not bad. If you did day 10 work, then day 11 will be a walkthrough. Okay? So day 10, just a recap, was the visual creation, right? And we decided we were going to use Canva. So if you haven't done that, when you get to take day 10 and you don't have Canva, go ahead and, sign up for Canva. Canva has a free version and you can do the paid version. The free version is limited because some things have the watermark, so you cannot use, but then you still can get a lot from the free. If you don't want to use the paid version, you can get a lot from the free one. Okay, so don't be limited. Don't feel like you are limited to the social media posts. Okay, then you created your templates. You also created your brand colors and your logo on Canva, and then you kept the designs clean. Don't keep it too cluttered because you want people to get the message and not be distracted by too many things in the picture, in the background. So day 11, this is where we are today. Day 11. Day 11, you're going to match the visuals to the post. So remember, you created templates, right? So those visuals that you created, match them to posts. Put them, don't put everything in one place. Move, change things up. All right. We said create 5 to 6 reusable templates. But I also mentioned, if you listen to my video, I also mentioned if you can do more templates, perfect. That way you can have a lot of variety to play around, so you're not just doing one template and posting every day. If you want to do that, it's your business. That's okay. You can go ahead and do it. Okay. Then we're going to do, so day 11, we also do add text overlays. We save the images in the correct sizes because remember one thing, Instagram and Facebook sizes are different, okay? Instagram works better with Reels. Facebook can do okay too with still photos. So it's up to you. Remember also, if you decide to use stock images, make sure you have bought them. You're not just using stock images for people and you don't have the rights to use them. You can use free ones. There's some free ones, but you can always buy. I always tell people, try and be, creative, Canva has also the AI option. So when you go to Canva, you do have the AI option where you can create an image, all right? Just give it the right prompt, okay? And then you organize the files clearly the way you want them. That is day 11, okay? So I'm going to say something about prompting in a short bit, but let's go through day 12. Like I said, it's not going to be, it's day 11 and 12 can be done on the same day. Okay. So day 12, we are connecting to your social media accounts to Scheduler. Now, if you have done the challenge, you know what I'm talking about. In day 0, we were choosing what platform we are going to use, what platform we're going to use, and also what scheduling platform we're going to use. What I said in day 0, which I am going to repeat, was 1, you can decide to use Buffer. And I think I said it in day 0 or day 1. You can decide to use Buffer. It was day 0. See, I remember my days. Yeah. You can decide to use Buffer. Now, if you don't have a Buffer account, that's okay. I'm going to link it here. I don't have any affiliations with them, but I'll link it here. There's a free version, and in the free version, you can use just click the link and use it. You can use 3 social media. So you can do LinkedIn, you can do Facebook, you can do Instagram. And the one thing I like about Buffer when it comes to Instagram especially, it's going to give you like a warning of the sizes. And then it's going, when you click on that to edit, it's going to set the size for you. I love that because I don't have time to go and start setting things, because sometimes you create so many things on Canva and then you're loading them on Buffer. But Buffer will be able to distinguish between Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and be able to help you size out everything. And so it can be visible properly. So I love that about that. And then another scheduling app you can use is Meta. Meta is Facebook, okay? So you can use that. You can use that for scheduling. If you have a business page, the business page has a calendar side of it and a scheduler, so you can do that too. The only limitation with that, it might only go to Instagram, but it will not go to LinkedIn. So if you decide to use Meta, you can use it, and then you have to also go to LinkedIn and do your scheduling. If you decide LinkedIn is your only primary source of posting, then you can also schedule on LinkedIn, which is amazing. You can schedule on LinkedIn too. So you can do that. Then let me tell you the good news. The good news is on Canva, there's also a scheduler. Okay. So you can actually schedule your posts from Canva without having to move around so much. So that's my tip for the day. But my preference so that I can be able to schedule in variety of social media posts, Buffer is my preference because you can do 3. And if you want to do a 4th one, you can also pay for the service. So I like it because once I post once, it goes to all of them without me having to struggle. Okay. Then once you've chose your posting times, once you've chosen your scheduler, then you're going to decide. It is your business, so you decide what time you're going to have your posts. If you want your posts to be running every day at 8 o'clock, that's up to you. If you want your posts to be running at 11, that's up to you. But my suggestion is, like 11 or 1 around that time. It's up to you, but you can choose any time because it's your business. And when people want to see or to read what you've put, they're going to come on there. Then you're going to do a test for one post to make sure that that post is going to go through to all the platforms the way you want it to show up. So that is day 12. Please, if you don't have the workbook, I highly recommend that you print it out. The reason why you print it out is because if you look at the workbook, I put it like in in a check mark, where you can check out what you have done. That makes it easy for you. Then you don't have to think whether you did it or not. Okay. And the workbook is there available to use. So just print it out, go step by step. If you haven't started from day 0, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Nobody should rush you to do things. Don't be discouraged. Print out the workbook today, and today can be your day 0. Okay? Today can definitely be your day 0. And for the next 15 days, you can have an activity. All right? Remember to give yourself a break. If you have to spend time with your family, give yourself a break. But also, I recommend, if you listen to my other videos, especially the early days of the challenge, I do say from 30 minutes to 60 minutes, you can be able to complete this task. You don't need more than that. The days that you need more than that, I will tell you, especially the last 3 days. Those days are very critical because you have to make sure everything is plugged in properly. That's if you're doing the job yourself. If your virtual assistant is doing the job, have them do it and then you review it, okay? And make it a regular thing. So I did mention that, I go in 4 quarters in my business. So what I do is like every 3 months, we do this exercise, and it's very intense because when we're doing the exercise, we are looking like when you go to the the CDC, you look like they have like every month has a health situation going in. So it can be like October, where it's breast cancer month. It can be a diabetic month. It can be something. So we really do our posts targeting those kind of things. So I'm going to come back on here later and, another time, and talk about how to create posts linked to what is going on in the month. But that is on the healthcare part of it, okay? So if you're not in healthcare, just look at your industry and see in January, what do they really, what does your industry focus on? So like for me, if in January, the industry focuses on, it's just an example, drink a lot of water. Our posts for January will have something to do with water. Apart from other services that we give for home care, it will have something to do with, there will be a post for water, because we try every month of the year to recognize what is going on in the healthcare system and educate our viewers. Remember, I talked about education. We're really big on educational posts more than business posts, because when you educate someone, they try it out and they're not able to do it themselves, they come back to you for help. Okay, so I hope this has helped you. Remember, this is day 11 and 12. You can do this together. This should not take, as long as you have done day 10 correctly, day 11 and 12 should not take you long. If you are slow, maybe you're just doing it by yourself, you're slow, maybe about 2 hours, you know 3 hours, but you can always split the hours, okay, and do it separately. But if you have done day 10 correctly and you're fast, day 11 and 12 should be really a smooth sail for you. I wish you the best. If you haven't downloaded the workbook, go ahead and do it. Let's build a community. If you haven't shared this video, share it with other people so that they can also join us in this journey and this community. And, thank you so much. Even for those who take their time to be here with me live, to talk to me, to even send me a message. Thank you so much for your time, because it really means a lot. And thank you for those who share and click the like button. It's very interesting and very nice to know that there's somebody who really enjoys your content. But for me, I'm not for so much on the entertainment, but I want you to learn. So if you want to learn from me, I can definitely give you everything that I can give you on YouTube. If you want to contact me directly, you have the community there. I'll post the community link there, and you're welcome to follow us and continue our journey together. But on the other hand, this is also a community. You can get a lot from here, okay? If you have any questions, let me know, and we can move on from there. So have a nice day. Day 11 and 12 are today. So take your time, set time apart, and do the work. Bye-bye.